Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of. I don't even know anymore. I don't know what's happening. So, this is from the BBC. I like reading non US outlets about US things. Every now and then it gives you kind of a more of a what do other people think about this nonsense kind of perspective, and the BBC does a decent job. Now, the BBC's not good. I'm not endorsing the BBC, right? It's a neoliberal think tank essentially. But, whatever. I'm just throwing that out there. If you want to read some stuff about the US, and you have any option to just read some stuff from an outside source, it's going to be interesting. That's all I can say. So, New York City, Portland, and Seattle are now classified, or at least being in the process of being classified, as anarchist jurisdictions. And so I'm going to read this article, and then I'll tell you what I think about that. My apologies. I'm a little sniffly. I'm a little sickly. I don't know why. I've been sneezing my head off. So, if I do erupt, I'm so sorry. The Trump administration has named 3 cities that are slated to lose federal funding. We don't know what the federal funding is. We don't know what that means. After the White House accused them of tolerating crime? What? New York City, Portland, and Seattle are on the list of anarchist cities that Trump officials say have failed to stem crime linked to a summer of protests. It follows a memo from Mr. Trump earlier this month threatening the move. The mayors of the cities have promised to sue, calling Mr. Trump's move a political stunt. A statement from the Justice Department on Monday laid out recent crime rates in the cities and how their police responded. We cannot allow federal tax dollars to be wasted when the safety of the citizenry hangs in the balance, Attorney General William Barr said in the statement. He also called on Portland, Seattle, and New York City to reverse course and become serious about performing the basic function of government and start protecting their own citizens. Now, real quick. Is it possible that crime has gone up because there's a depression and pandemic going on? Is it possible that crime has gone up because 60% of people cannot pay the rent in the United States of America? Or is it more than likely a couple of anarchists have taken control of the mayorship to all these cities? What is more likely to you? If you answered anything to do with anarchists, chances are you're a dullard. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. All 3 cities have seen major protests since the death of unarmed black man George Floyd in May. It remains unclear what federal funding may be cut from the cities. Violent crimes have generally declined in the U.S. cities since the 1990s, but have risen steeply in the past year in several cities, including Philly, Chicago, and New York. What is happening in those cities? The move comes amid a summer of unrest sparked by protests against the police killing of black Americans. Some of the protests have led to major police reforms around the country. In New York City, the rate of shootings and murders have skyrocketed as youth programs and other social organizations, interesting spelling there, have been placed on hold due to the pandemic. Again, no, can't be anything related to the pandemic depression. Has to be the anarchists. Facts and logic? I'm smart. I read it on Facebook, right? Lord have mercy. Cases of looting and vandalism have also made national news, as protests for racial justice have sometimes turned violent. Reacting to the Justice Department's announcement on Monday, New York City's Mayor Bill DeBunglio called the decision another one of President Trump's games, adding, "It's insulting to the people of New York City, and his, Mr. Trump's, effort to withhold our funding is unconstitutional." Seattle permitted the establishment of a so-called autonomous zone. That was like 2 months ago, by the way. Get over it. Holy fuck. Where protesters forbade police from entering the 6 square blocks of the downtown part of the city for nearly a month. The area was taken down in early July after several shootings. Nightly protests have continued since. Portland, Oregon has been invoked by Mr. Trump, has often been invoked. I love how BBC calls him Mr. Trump, by the way. Not President Trump, but Mr. Trump. It's just, oh, it's so good. As a Democrat-run city that has supposedly allowed violence. Protests have continued nightly there for over 100 consecutive days, sometimes devolving to violence and vandalism as protesters fight with police. Again, I just I love Mr. Trump. It's so good. But one other thing here, like, you're gonna probably get a bunch of Trumpers and bozos on this video, and they're probably already leaving their angry QAnon rage comments, right? But like, the thing that you need to understand here is that this is all politics. But declaring entire cities anarchist jurisdictions, what does that actually do? What does that do in reality, right? Who cares about federal funding, right? People aren't getting funding anyway, right? So there is no such thing as money. We are in a pandemic depression. 60% of Americans cannot pay their rent, okay? We have 40 million people that are starving, undernourished, or malnourished in this country, right? Okay, so is that, like, what is, like, I guess the right wing just pretends that that's all not true. I guess because, like, how else could you tie this to anarchists and actually believe it? Like, again, okay, now imagine this. You live in a rural fucking town, right? And an anarchist goes into your town, throws a Molotov at a cop car. Now, how would you feel if the President of the United States said, fuck your whole town? You had one anarchist violently run through the streets, so your whole town now gets punished? Is that fair? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Because Donald Trump, Mr. Trump as the BBC calls him, does not care about his citizens. He only cares if a majority or even a supermajority of the citizens in a particular area like him. That's all. That's why he's doing this war on blue states. Blue states, they don't need the funding. They're not going to get bailed out. Bailed out? What? What? Red states always run at a deficit in this country. Blue states always run at a surplus. Okay? Not always. This isn't 100% of the time. But typically speaking, blue states have a surplus. Red states have a deficit. That's what this country is all about. Meanwhile, again, Donald Trump is saying, blue states, they need to get bailed out. Just because New York City happens to be one of the global international capitals with a lot of flights coming in and out. So all of a sudden, that makes blue states. It's all Democrats. What? It's just like, it's bizarre to me. But again, this is all preparation for declaring war. Like, they should have just done this when Chaz was a thing, but they missed their chance, and now they're just going to go try to do it again. This is an attempt to send in military. This is an attempt to declare people enemies. This is not, like, you don't declare a major international epicenter an anarchist jurisdiction. Like, that's not something you do lightly. Okay? And so this is something that's probably going to affect a lot of people. We'll see. It could just end up being politics. But if there's, like, federal funding cut off, I mean, I don't know what funding is even being talked about here. But another thing here is that what this does is it gives the right-wing militia groups, Patriot Front, Patriot Prayer, all those fuckers, right? It gives them kind of like, all right, now we know where to strike. They've been terrorizing citizens of Portland for years now. And now Trump is like, all right, Portland, it's not part of America. It's anarchist neutral zone. It's like, what? All right. Well, then now, what that allows is for right-wingers to think, okay, let's go in there and fuck shit up. They already can, but now Trump is giving them a target on the map. And that's what's ridiculous about this. And again, Portland, Seattle, New York City? New York City's police literally endorsed Donald Trump. They endorsed Donald Trump. The first endorsement that I think they've ever made in history, and they endorsed Donald Trump a month ago. So, Donald Trump is going to accept the endorsement of the New York police, and then say the New York police aren't doing enough, and that they're overrun by anarchists? So stupid. So stupid. But again, this is red meat, right? For the dumb, heart disease-ridden Republican voter base. The people that are standing QAnon on Facebook every single day. This is what they love. Anarchists. They're anarchists. Can they define what an anarchist is? Probably not. Anything that Trump is saying that is attributable to anarchists is attributable to patriots in the revolution. But that's not important right now. Don't worry about that. It's ridiculous. This is all dumb. It's a stupid stunt, and it's probably going to get people hurt. The violence in this country is already at a boiling point, and Trump is fanning the flames. He's not even fanning the flames. He's opening up fucking a bottle of Everclear and just splashing it around a kitchen that's already on fire. Why else would he do this? Because this is all a game to him. He's the game show president. What else would he do? Come on, man. Use your brain.